What I've been hearing a lot of words about, man. What I've been hearing a lot of chatter about in the hero shooter space. Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals, the brand new hero shooter from NetEase and Marvel, a whole new collab. Again, 6v6 Overwatch style. Again, hero shooter, a whole roster of people, different team up moves, again, new stages and all that type of stuff. Pretty much what you come to know and expect from a hero shooter of that ilk. Listen, that we've heard some big shouts about it and direct competition to Overwatch 2 considering that current state, but we're going to get into all of that. First impressions of what you saw from Marvel Rivals when?
So first things first, it feels, and I say feels as if I played it. I haven't played it. I gotta sign up for the alpha, but it looks like Paladins. That's the biggest like comparison I can make. But what I will say, it looks prettier than Paladins. I'm not gonna sit here and disrespect. It looks like the models look pretty solid. As for, I don't even know if we can really consider it. I guess it is a shooter, but I also know that like a lot of those characters, or not a lot, but there's gonna be more melee than we're used to in these kinds of situations. It looks not bad. It feels like it was kind of designed for like every console in mind. Like, and when I say this, I mean like the most optimized game you can possibly put on every single console, right? Like we're not gonna get the speed or like the high frames as if it was made on for PC or the next or current gen. It's more like we're gonna make sure that it runs on the Switch, the current Switch. We're gonna make sure that it runs on like maybe even some high-end cell phones is what I felt like watching the gameplay. Is it gonna be the Overwatch killer? I don't think so. I don't think there ever really is going to be an The only thing that's going to kill Overwatch is Overwatch, and don't worry, they're working real hard at that. Like but it does look really, really interesting. Right now, if I had to rate it from like a free-to-play standpoint, it's definitely something I'll download, something I'll keep downloaded. Maybe I might buy like a $3 pack or a $2 pack of like a starter hero bundle or whatever. It doesn't look like it's gonna get the every 3 months re-up on the battle pass type vibe. It doesn't even look like the hey, if you fucks with me and you want to give me a cheap Christmas gift, get me some hero gems for the Marvel game. You know, like it doesn't even look like that type vibe. Because like I do that like when my friends give me league money, I'm like, oh, this is gas. I really appreciate it. If you send me money for this game, I'd be like, sure, you know, like all right, cool. Like I'm okay with running with the default group. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with running with the free rotation of heroes. But it does look really good. If you're like, I know the 8-year-old market is seething for this. Like the 6, 7, like the Marvel backpack boys, they're gonna be on this one day one, and I'm honestly happy for them. One thing that I will say that it looks cool though, the team up abilities. That's something we don't normally see. There's synergy when you're playing with a team, but never built-in synergy. It's never like, hey, we're making this an entire mechanic. It's more like these characters work well together. We planned that in mind, but this time it's like, hey, Rocket will jump on Groot. And I want to see how long they can keep it to 2 character specifics, you know? Like I want to see how long they can say, hey, Rocket can jump on to only Groot, or will it become like people aren't running Groot, so Rocket in turn is getting hurt, his playtime is getting hurt, so now Rocket can jump on the Hulk's back, or Rocket can jump on this person's back, you know? That's one thing that I think is going to be really interesting, but I'm pretty sure I'm not looking too much forward to it because if I can't get my regular Overwatch teammates to just shoot at the right person, I doubt I can get them to play the right person.
Yeah. Looking at it again, I can jump off from that same point that you did. Again, what struck out to me most was that team up ability, and I'm wondering how they're going to parse it out. Will it be again based on like the specific partnerships that we have seen in Marvel lore and comics and TV and all stuff like that, or will it break down into like class based things? I'm not sure it will be like entirely class based. It could be a mix between the two in certain executions. Again, like like you said, like Rocket can eventually jump from Groot's back, and if they're not seeing the amount of numbers or synergies with that specific team up, they might expand it to all heavies or all tanks to a certain extent. But there was other ones. There was the Hulk and Iron Man one where like I think it was an image of it where, like, you can like shoot a gamma ray into Iron Man's blaster and he'll blast a bigger beam of gamma radiation towards enemies or whatever. So there's a lot of application for this. I'm interested to see how many they've specifically they're specifically planning for. I saw one between Namor and I think it was Luna Frost. I called her fucking lady or Luna Snow. I was about to say I'm confusing her with the another character. I'm confusing her with Emma Frost and Lady Frost, which is a wrestler in the wrestling company. So please forgive me. I got like 3 on my head, so don't worry about that. But I'm interested to see how those again. Are how specific and how tailored are those team ups across any given roster of players? That definitely interests me. I love the destructible environments. I really appreciate it. I want to know how much of an extent are we going to get of that destructible environment? It's going to be like a couple things here and there that we can knock down. Will it be like maybe potential pathways that can be blocked off, or big centerpieces that may block off or be served as cover in certain situations? Can those be destroyed? I want to know how heavy of an extent that they can push that, because I would love to see very destructible environments, like you can knock down perches that people might sit on to snipe, like what's it called, what's his name, guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord, a Star-Lord can snipe out. Like there's a lot of contextual things that can be applied for destructible environments, so I'm very curious to see how that kind of pans out in a in a setting like this. And I think according to some I guess just some still images and stuff like that we've seen before. This is the roster. So it's Bruce Banner. Apparently it's Bruce Banner, the Punisher, Storm, Loki, Doctor Strange, Mantis, Rocket Raccoon, Black Panther, Groot, Magic, Luna Snow, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Magneto, Scarlet Witch, Penny Parker, Star-Lord, and Namor. So that's a very solid starting list, honestly. And what do you think is missing? What do you think is missing?
All right, so boom. Penny Parker, love her, right? Awesome. Mantis, cool. Where is Storm? Where is Cyclops?
Storm's there. Storm is there. Yeah.
Storm is there. All right.
Storm is there.
Cyclops.
Cyclops is not there.
I need Cyclops. I need Wolverine. Where are my big and Scarlet Witch is there? You did say Scarlet Witch, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Wait, let me double check it. Yes, she is.
All right, because hey, I'm not saying these characters are not important, but what I am saying, there are more important characters. No. I love Penny Parker, but a lot of people found out about Penny Parker through a movie that came out not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Where's my boy? A hero shooter without Cyclops to me just doesn't make sense. But and I'm not even a Cyclops fan. I'm just that's kind of just a missed opportunity. But hey, I do think the entire the roster's sick. Maybe Cable could have been a good idea too. Or I know Deadpool's
gonna do
be
numbers.
We know
he's
gonna be there.
And again, you already know the reason why this is, bro. They're like, oh, we'll give you some heat there, but these DLC drops, baby, we gotta make sure you're here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna hold again. This kind of delves into all the the tinfoil. Well, not really tinfoil hat theory, but just literal evidence of just omni-channel marketing and all shit like that. They're probably not gonna if the game drops, they're not gonna drop it till some significant Deadpool content comes out after the fact, like the Deadpool movie or some bullshit like that. If they're dropping in May or June, or whatever the fuck they drop,
they might drop Wolverine and Deadpool together in
they'll wait with the movie rollout and stuff like that. All this again, all the omni-channel stuff that people may or may not see. But again, I expect no less from Marvel, you know what I'm saying? Because they gotta hold their cards close to their chest if they want some type of longevity with this game. But kind of working backwards again, we talked about the team up system. We talked about the destructible environments. The roster again, I think this roster is solid. Honestly, again, a good mix of shooters, brawlers, otherworldly creatures, as it were. And I want to see these team ups though. Magneto's automatically getting picked. In my opinion. For me, I know people are gonna run Spider-Man. Black Panther will get automatically ran for me too, because that's just is what it is. Of course, I'll choose what the team allows or whatever. I'm honestly willing to give this a try.
No, you don't have to do that. If it's like Overwatch, you don't have to worry about the team. It's not a team-based game. This is a game where you have a team. Play what you want and blame them. That's how. I'm as an Overwatch player, I'm telling you, that's what you do.
Real gamers, baby, real gamers. That's what we're talking about. But outside of all those things, I can get back. Actually, before we get to that, I will say wish list. Definitely, we need Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom needs to show up.
Dr. Doom will be stupid,
Dr. Doom needs to show up without a question. That is off top. That's already there. I would love Sue Storm would be a shoo-in. Sue Storm is an automatic shoo-in for this type of stuff. I feel like her, again, the skill set's so easy to do, alts, passives, and all that type of stuff. Skills, all the skill sets. That would be an easy fix for the game. who else would be a really good like shoe-in person outside the popular, like super popular?
I feel like you're
people?
missing 3 Avengers right now.
Yeah.
That just makes sense. I mean, like Cap,
Yes.
Hawkeye,
Oh, obviously.
Black
Yes.
Widow.
Yeah. I
Like
forgot about
those
them.
3,
That's
I feel
obvious.
like, yeah, I feel like those 3. If they're not in the game, I'd actually be shocked.
Yeah.
And again, I don't even like Hawkeye, but
Facts.
like, look at like every character has a bow and arrow guy. Like
Mhm.
the bow and arrow guy got to be there. Black Widow just makes
is true.
sense. She literally uses guns. And Captain America, who doesn't want to throw a shield that bounces off of people? Like that's gonna be
Boom.
hard body. Like
Facts.
finding the sweet spot. Oh my god, it's gonna
And
be
that's
sick.
and that's a team up ability though too. Like literally, he'll team up with him and Iron Man, bro. He'll hold the shield, and Iron Man will just shoot the thing off him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He'll shoot a beam off
redirection.
him. Boom. Like it's there.
Where's Thor?
Oh yeah,
Where's Thor,
they're holding
actually?
him. They're holding him, bro. They're holding him. He say Thor will return in Marvel Rivals, bro. Like they're holding for some type of content drop, man. You already know what time it is. That's my automatic assumption with these things. They're going to hold these big characters that aren't initial roster drops. They're gonna hold them. You're not gonna see them until a movie drops. So good luck, brother. You might not see them until Kang Dynasty or something like that. So it is what it is. But
If we get a Kang Dynasty,
that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother major situation. No pun intended. You know what I mean? But. But looking past that, my only major gripe was what I saw from the gameplay. It was the game speed. It was a game speed. I feel like it felt a little bit more sluggish compared to an Overwatch. I feel like it was maybe like a couple notches behind. I feel like if they up that, and again, I don't know what's up with me, and I know people are thinking like the weight of hits, like the weight of things. You know what I mean? You want to feel a bit of crunch when you're getting those attacks, and at least from my view. Again, I'm not an Overwatch vet. I'm just somebody who likes to play games. So don't take my word for it. Don't take my word as gospel. You know what I'm saying? Just from my view, I love when there's a bit more crunch to the stuff like that. And it looked like there wasn't as much. So the game speed and I kind of like the registering of hits. I want to see how that develops as they go forward. But if they speed up a little bit, again, make it a little bit crunchier, I think they'll be in a really good spot. They obviously have the IP to again sustain themselves, and this is kind of one of those things where it's like it's an unfortunate hallmark of where we're at today, but we have to kind of like make that a consideration. Like we talked about it with Rivals 2 last week of like, do they have the game mechanics, the gameplay loop to sustain themselves and actually be a quality experience? And do they have a strong enough IP to not be like, disinterested for people to not be disinterested in their product? You know what I mean? Like it's a tough situation to be in because I want new stuff, but at the same time, games like this, live service, you know what I'm saying, free to play, those types of games, they will sunrise and sunset quick if we don't find, again, a happy medium between like people are interested in the IP and the world and the gameplay is actually good. So there's that. The question mark is only on the gameplay at this point. But outside of those things, I'm interested. I want to sign up for the closed beta. The site I think crashed, so it did not let me sign up. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just fate. They wanted me to sit my ass down and wait. So fine. But I do want to sign up. I actually want to try it. Again, the last time I've tried a hero shooter beta was literally Overwatch 1, and I have not played any hero shooter consistently since. So we're gonna see how it goes. But I mean, I have a solid feeling about Marvel Rivals. Will it be an Overwatch killer? Like Wen said, I have to fully agree, and he said this before multiple times. The only thing that can kill Overwatch is Overwatch, and they're working on it. They're getting the levels up. They're figuring out the kinks.
They're doing a great job.
Yeah,
like truly,
honestly. But we're just gonna have to see how the game develops, how it starts, again, what the content rollout is, but. Marvel Rivals can certainly set up a good precedent for themselves to have sustained growth and have a sustained player base that just loves what it is, because it's fucking Marvel, guys. Let's not beat around the bush here.
It's Marvel, baby.
It's Marvel. You know what I mean? Like as long as they have a solid gameplay loop, they'll be fine for years. And that's the crux of what I'm concerned about, honestly. But we'll find out when that closed alpha comes. But so far, Marvel Rivals actually looks solid, and it's getting a lot of eyes on it. So we shall see what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they cook up. I'm not really holding my breath though. But again, I've been wrong before about games, so I would love for this game to replace Overwatch. I'll probably end up playing this more than Overwatch at this point.
Yeah, again, if the squad is on it, you know what I'm saying, who running Black Panther, I can see it right now, bro. I can see it right now. It has a chance to really pick up steam and be a solid contender in this space, but it's just on them to nail the gameplay and nail the consistency of content drops.